Mm. All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm Brian Christian Jenkins. This is...
I'm Tommie Jessie. What's up, folks?
And we're just having some fun here. Actually, I don't know if we should do it or not. Maybe people aren't ready for this kind of level of silliness if we...
Well, you know, it'll give them something to learn from.
Okay, so now we have my dog is really excited. So let's just go for it anyway. So we're brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five. We couldn't resist. So there we go. So guys, we are back here with Tommie Jessie, and if you may remember, about 4 months ago, we were on with us. Mercy and I were in Sweden, and we were talking with Tommie while he was in New York, just talking about positivity, what it meant to Tommie, how it impacted his career positively, and just how he uses positivity in his life in general. And so, I guess it's no surprise that Tommie is celebrating his birthday. Right? We're not going to work. The quantity doesn't matter. He's just celebrating his birthday here, and this is part of his month-long trip here in in Europe. So just real quick, give some love to Mercy on here. Thanks for showing up. Elkin out of Orlando. You're right now in South Florida, and then my sister back out of Georgia on here again. So Tommie, share a little bit about what project that you did when you're talking about the taxi cab. You were the taxi cab driver. Because I really love that movie. It actually went viral, didn't it?
Yeah, it went viral. I was getting messages from people from all over the world. It was something else. It was surreal for me, basically. Now, the project was called People Like Garbage Trucks.
People are like garbage trucks.
People like garbage trucks. And it talked about the driver's philosophy about people, they carry around, certain elements, as though they're people like garbage trucks. They run around with garbage, and then they let their garbage pile up on the inside. And then it gets to the point, they need a place to dump it. And sometimes they'll dump it on you. And so, the driver continues to talk about how we have to just sometimes let it go because that person may be dealing with something, and, we just wave and we smile. We don't take on that garbage. We pick ourselves up from it and we keep going and we move on. So that was very popular. Apparently, I was very surprised.
Go look at it, because he's actually quite a humble guy. He did a fantastic job. He's a taxi cab driver, and it's that emotional garbage, that stress that we encounter every single day. And so when people outlash, that's not even a word. When
lash out.
Thank you, lash out. Dyslexia. When people lash out on you or they're rude to you, 9 times out of 10, it probably has nothing to do with you. Like you said, it's just their day going, and all of a sudden you just happen to be that person that they're now unloading their garbage on you, and you can either take it with a smile and just kind of, brush it off like you did in this video, or what a lot of us tend to do, we take it personal, and we want to get angry and upset and give it back. But who would you say is losing at that?
Well, the individual that is most likely wanting to get back at that person or that individual, because they haven't conquered that peace, or they may be caught up in something right then and there, and they just haven't learned how to say, hey. And, we're all guilty of it, because there's still some days I still feel like that, because I live in New York City.
I don't believe it. I want to see the hidden secret camera of Tommie mad. I don't think it exists. I want to see that.
It might be a little DVD somewhere.
So we're going to jump in now. What I really want to get into is what's really cool about this. Okay, so to give you some background, Tommie and I actually met about 15 years ago today, right?
16
years.
Fall of 2003. Summer of 2003.
Back in UCF, we were both young guys, just trying to figure it out. Tommie was actually literally driving taxis and working the mail center at that time. I just started driving
taxi right around the time I met Brian.
I was breaking up parties, in student living, trying to figure it out. And then here we are 16 years later. We both Tommie brought this up and said, dude, like, how cool is it that we would have never thought that 16 years ago, today, we would be in Gran Canaria. This is like the 3rd time I saw Tommie here. We're out there, in our new home, looking at the fruit, looking at the property, and just thinking about where we are now in our lives, like how things come together.
Yeah, that came into my mind because I just thought back. I said, 16 years ago when I met Brian, we were going to school together. We were neighbors, and we were both working at the off-campus apartment complex, sorting mail, and residential, assistant. So it's crazy.
But what's really cool is, so I can't understand, we're both very social, friendly guys. And so, Robbie, how you doing? Robbie, ¿cómo estás, mi amigo? ¿Qué tal todo? Y también para todos ustedes aquí en Gran Canaria, Robbie, por favor, escribe aquí en los comentarios la hamburguesa, ¿vale? Que está en vecindario. Las mejores hamburguesas en la isla. Soy americano y yo sé que es una buena hamburguesa, ¿vale? So, Tommie came, he actually, I forget how he started the conversation online, right? But Tommie and I, we can't say we're friends back in the day. We were friendly, right?
Yeah, we knew of each other.
We knew of each other. Every time I went to go to the mail center, we kind of just catch up and just, I don't know, talk and, you know, just be friendly guys, right?
Brian, can you unlock the doors so we can get the key and open up the mail center, please?
I was the key master. And then, so Tommie was talking about making his first trip. Long story short, Tommie ended up, I said, hey, I'm in Gran Canaria right now. I'm in Spain. If you're looking for a first-time trip, come to my place. Come stay with me. A month later, he's at my door. And so when we were here and we spent that week together, we were talking, you know, about our projects and what our ambitions are and where we are, what we're doing. And one thing Tommie said, he goes, you know what? This is my first time leaving the United States, and I'm coming back. He said, I'm coming back. I'm coming back longer than this trip now. This was just a short trip. That was like a week's time.
I did about close to 3 weeks, about 18, 19 days my first time around, which was pretty good, but I wanted more. I wanted more.
Up until now, 5 years later, right? Flash forward now today, Tommie is here for an entire month, okay? This is an American guy from New York, all right? He's and now this is your third week or your second week in Europe?
This is starting my fourth week.
Fourth week?
Yeah.
Okay. And so he's been to Barcelona. You were in Paris. You were in London. Where else?
Madrid.
Okay.
Birmingham, England. Feltham, England. Yeah.
Then you're here in Gran Canaria.
Yeah.
And then Thursday you're back in Madrid again. Right. And then he went to Paris Disneyland.
Paris Disneyland, which was the best. I mean, the Eiffel Tower was good, folks, and the lure is really great. But yeah, Disneyland Paris is where it's at.
So I want to get down into it. So now what I want to get into, this is kind of a piggybacking a little bit on talking about prayer, right? But more than prayer, it's the intention of our thoughts and where we're putting our energy and what we believe to be possible and realistic for us. Because a lot of you're probably sitting there, all right? There's some skeptics. Well, I can never do what he does for this, or whatever it may be, or I would love to travel, or I would love to do that project, or I would love to do whatever it may be. But we sometimes focus on what I consider to be the wrong things. And to me, the wrong things are why we cannot, why we should not, what's preventing us, why it's hard, all these things that won't get us there. And I would imagine, Tom, if you focused every single day, 5 years ago, actually let's go before 5 years, before you took your first trip out of the United States, and you focused on everything why you couldn't do it, this trip couldn't be possible, do you really think that you would be here right now?
No, I wouldn't be here right now because I'd still be on that same routine. And I was very guilty of that for many, many years. I would do the same thing. Even back in school, you know, my routine was just, you know, work at the complex, drive taxi, go to school. I really didn't have any aspirations other than move back to New York. But I didn't see myself. And I think we, as Americans, I guess, you know, we get caught up in that routine a lot. I can't speak for all Americans, but I can speak for me. I can speak for other family members that I know because that's all that I was accustomed to make sure the bills get paid, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. And, you know, there are times of opportunity where you can go and think out of the box, but you don't, it's like you have to kind of change your mindset around so you can make that adjustment to do that. And that's what I basically did as far as taking this trip goes.
Okay, so we're going to get down to some nitty gritty. We're going to pick Tommie's mind and see if we can actually get down to some of the things that you can do for yourself. Again, if you are not, so not everyone has the passion or the desire to travel. That's cool, no worries. You know, but I want you to dig deep and identify what it is that you would like to do. What would be the dream? What would be the something that you think is too far away that you could not do? And you decide that. You get to decide what that is. And so just use what Tommie's going to share with us as a framework for yourself, right? So, you know, it's not to say, well, I don't want to travel. That's not the point about wanting to travel. It's focus on what it is that you do want and how to take those consistent steps towards that to get there sooner than later. You know, again, I think actually for your first time traveling abroad and then 5 years later being here for a month, I think it's very short time frame to do that. Because most people will wait their whole entire lives to take a week, you know, but within 5 years you said, no, I'm actually going to be there for a month and you're doing it. So let's go back to, I don't know, a year ago or so when you decided you want to do this for a month. What did you start doing first?
what did I start doing first?
In regards to planning for the trip, for example.
I mean, when I think a year back, I guess it was just somewhat of a pipe dream in that sense, but I always still kept it at the back of my mind. I said, okay, this isn't the right time, but I'm still going to hold on to it, so when the opportunity does come up, I can gradually start preparing for that. And so I guess it really took off about 5 months ago. I mean, in all honesty, I wanted to travel, and people say you need a lot of money to do this, and you need a lot of money to do that, or to make this happen. And the thing is, though, you have to investigate. You can say this, you can talk the cliches, you can say this, you can say that, but you have to go and actually do your research. And that's what I did. I just started fiddling around with prices on certain websites to see what we could come up with. And I'll tell you now, I saw something. I was hoping to find something for maybe $450, $500, round trip, for a good deal, a nice deal. I saw something for $273
So I'm going to stop you right there, because I want to identify as step number one. I want to say paso uno in Spanish. Paso uno. Step number one is making whatever it is you think is a dream for you, make it real. Do you hear what Tommie said? He made it real. He made actually saying that it is possible. He didn't know how he was going to do it. He just said it is possible. That puts things in motion. Next step, I'm going to say step 2 is getting past everyone else's doubts. He said, no. People said it's expensive, but exactly how expensive is it? His surprise, it was actually a lot cheaper than he thought, right? So a lot of times when we tell people our dreams, because they don't see your dream and don't have your vision, what are they likely to do? Chop it down. Well, you can't do that. Yeah. Well, you work. Well, you have kids, or you're too old, or you're too young, or you have responsibilities. You have a job. You have business, and they'll put all of their doubts and all of their worries of why it is they think they can't do it onto you and not do it. And so, step 1, make it real. Make that dream real. Boxer, you want to go? You want to travel too? Number 2, get away from the naysayers. Protect your dream and do your own research. All right. So we got the flight down to $240 round trip.
$231 at the end of the day. It was $273, and I waited until the next day, and then I saw the price drop even further. I said to myself, you know what? This is a good opportunity. Let's just go in and grab this. And, you save a lot more money. You can do other things while you're traveling when you want to travel. And then in between, you pick places, within that continent. Within the continent of Europe, where you can travel and just go and just plan, because you have plenty of time. I gave myself 4 months. I booked the flight 5 months, from today, which means I was to travel 4 months from that day. So I said there'll be plenty of time to plan out where I'm going to go within the continent of Europe, over time, and just continue to guide and just kind of guard things and just make sure that you prepare little by little and just stay on top of it. Just managing and organizing it. That's what I did.
Step 3. Did you catch step 3? What do you think it is? To me, step 3 was the leap of faith. All right. Did you hear what my man said? He said he found the flight. The opportunity came. All right. So a lot of times the opportunities come and we don't seize them. Opportunity came. It was a lot cheaper than he thought. He booked the ticket. He didn't know exactly where he was going to go. He knew from New York to Madrid. All the in-between stuff, he had no idea. It didn't matter. He said, I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity. This is dirt cheap. I am doing it. Once I get there, I will figure it out. And that's what he did. So that leap of faith, action. Take action. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't drive yourself crazy with the paralysis analysis. What could go wrong? You don't know people. You don't know where to go in Europe. You have to study before you can book the ticket. Right. You have to do whatever. You don't have to do anything. Just take action and figure it out. Spontaneity, right?
Yeah, spontaneity plays a big part.
So that's it. Step 1, we're talking about make it real. Step 2, get rid of naysayers, doing your own research. Step 3, take the leap, take action. And I'm going to even mix that in with step 3, the spontaneity, right? So now you're filling the blanks. You have a month. You're, making everything happen. What about work? What do people do about their work situation? They say, I'm work. I can't take the time off.
Okay, well, everybody's situations are different when it comes to working. So you have to take something that may be good for you, that may fit into your routine there. I mean, because I'm not sure how everybody does work. You know how you work, so you try to make sure you find out what you have access to as far as time off goes, and find out what can work for you, what's going to be a benefit to you. With my job, I freelance in the television industry. I work behind the scenes, so I can take time off if I need to, just as long as the project is done, or I won't schedule anything around that time. Like I know one particular job I'm working at, they've been using me a lot more frequently. So, but I've already, but since I'm not full time with them, it enabled me to, actually take this time and do it for myself. Not everybody's going to have that, advantage like I would, but if you have, it does like what Brian said, it may not even be vacation. Whatever you have with you that you feel you can make work, look into that and see how it can benefit you, and then try to fulfill what you need to within that certain range. So
Correct.
take what you have, take what power, take what ability you do have, and then just kind of see where you can go with it, and then try to make it work for you in that sense, and you can get some fulfillment from there. If you follow those steps.
I love that. So that's going to be step 4, or maybe even a bonus. Okay, just like Tori says. Tori, you're on country number, correct me if I'm wrong, 58 right now. We had an interview with Tori. This was probably about 6 months ago. This girl is out of control. Tori also put on here how people can find you. If I remember, your handle on Instagram is going to be Travel Life Matters, if I'm not mistaken. But write it down for us. But 4/bonus is construct what it is that you want within what you have. All right.
That's it.
Because a lot of us, what we do, like you say, well, I can't take a month off. Okay. What if you have a week? Okay. What if you have 4 days? What can you do in 4 days? And it doesn't have to be traveling, right? So whatever it is that you want, how can you fit that in with what you have right now? Because I imagine maybe 3 days of travel is better than no days, right?
Exactly.
Right. You weren't starting off at a month 5 years ago. You start off as a couple of weeks, and then you kind of built up. But that's anything that you want to do. Once you get the ball going and put everything in motion, you can then build from there.
Plant your seed.
Yeah, but then going back to not getting stuck at step 2, which was not taking action. Just do it. Just take action, get things going, and focus on what it is that you want. So step 1, we have make your dream real. It is real. It's not just a dream out there.
Right.
Number 2, do your research. Avoid the naysayers. Share your dreams, but if you feel like people are kind of chopping it down, maybe just keep it to yourself for a little bit, right?
Exactly. They may not be the
Do
right
your
person to
research.
share that with.
Step 3 is be spontaneous and take action. Fill the blanks in later on. If you got an opportunity, take the opportunity and figure out later on.
Right.
And then number 4, we're talking about it is going to be the work within your realm, right?
Exactly.
So work with what you got. If you need to bake a cake and you're missing 2 ingredients, just bake the damn cake, all right? It may not be the exact same cake you had in mind, but just bake the cake, right?
Right.
And then so now that and there's something else that I want to just also, what I think goes into Tommie's personality, and then him actually creating opportunity for himself, is Tommie is super sociable, curious, and open. And Tori would probably actually have something to say on this as well, is actually being available and open to meet people, which Tommie actually set himself up pretty good here, because the second time you came, he stayed at a place about 15 minutes from here, doing what Tommie does, being friendly, met the owner of this whole part of this, not apartment complex, but this vacation complex. And long story short, he makes an agreement with this guy who also wanted to go to New York. He said, hey, well, how about this? When me and my wife go to New York, can we stay at your place for free? If you say yes, I'll let you stay at my, resort complex for free. And what did Tommie say?
I'm like, sure.
So, Tommie, while you're here, how much are you paying for a hotel while you're here?
Here? Okay, well, no, zero.
That's it.
0.
Right? Right? And again, think outside the box. Now, I don't think you came here with that intention of making that happen, right? But it's by being available, just talking, and focus on what it is that you want, that when the opportunity comes, we can say, you know what? He wants to be on camera. Is actually being open at, which I think is really cool. And so now the guy here and his wife, do you remember Uncle Tommie now? Is when the guy actually came, he actually never took that trip to New York yet, but yet Tommie's here for the second time, staying in Gran Canaria for absolutely nothing, right?
Right.
And so I think that would probably about cover it. Now, what about the saving money? How were you saving your money? Were you putting money aside every paycheck, or did you cut some costs to have extra money, or did you maintain your costs but say, hey, I'm going to actually save more money? How did you make that happen? Because money also seems to trip people up a lot.
You know what I did? Originally, I had cut back on some expenses even prior to taking this trip, and I'm glad, for a reason. Like I paid off. There's a situation with my car, and I went ahead and paid it off at the beginning of the year. So I had fewer expenses, no auto insurance or car anymore, because I'm living in New York, so I could get by. And I considered buying another car, but I said, hold off, before you go and buy another car. let's see if we can just, keep things open, just in case you want to take another trip to Europe. And then that opportunity came after I bought the ticket. And so from the time I bought the ticket, I saw opportunities, work-wise and little part-time things I would do. And I would just take that money and just put it to the side, put the cash into my savings account. I said, because you're going to probably need this. So just always put a little something to the side for that rainy day or for that storm that's going to hit. It's a nice little storm here, but it's here and I have it and I can access it. So that's what I did. So always put a little something to the side. That way you'll be prepared and you'll have it and you can say, hey, we can go ahead and do this instead of spending it here and there and just saying, oh, I'll just never get out of here, because you get caught up in that routine. So just always look ahead and envision something that you want and prepare for it over time, and you'll be ready.
Okay, so we have a little doggy show here. All right, so this is going to be a trick question for Tommie. So now we have Rita here in Grand Canyon. Hola, Rita, ¿qué tal? We have Kristen Nicole coming out of Jacksonville, Florida. And I saw someone else. I forgot we had Jim. Jim, I don't know where you live. Aaron Aaron, are you still in Mississippi, I believe? My sister out of Missouri. So I want to have this be a trick question for Tommie, all right? And again, this is about perception. While you were saving money, cutting cost, for this trip, right? This month-long trip in Europe that was important to you. It was a dream that you made it a reality. While you were saving money, how much did you suffer saving money? How bad was that for you to save that money?
It really wasn't bad. It really wasn't. I don't feel like I really suffered. I don't think one has to really suffer in order to do so, especially if you have, a good vision. It's not even suffering. You have something to look forward to. I mean, sacrifice. Maybe that's a better word. I sacrificed a few things, which I didn't mind doing. I just wanted to, you use wisdom of what you do, and there are just some things I, felt like I didn't have to really, utilize, like cable. I mean, I don't watch TV as much. I'd be paying for reruns on TV instead of, I'd be paying $200 a month to watch reruns on TV, so I didn't need cable. But there are just certain things that, I was able to do without, and I saw what I wanted with this. So, this was the goal here. This is, to do this vacation. That's where my mind was. That's where my head was.
So, did you guys like that answer? What do you think about it? Let me know. Would you like Tommie's answer? I'm going to tell you what I think. Boom, 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 boom. I love the answer because to me, that's also, again, the shift in perception. Tommie and I were also talking earlier today about, Tommie has lost 28 pounds or 26 pounds?
About 23 pounds.
23 pounds, right? And we're talking about why he did it. And we're talking about the focus on eating better and better habits and how people perceive eating better for a health benefit, right? And some people, even though they understand the benefit or they want to lose weight, be stronger, whatever it may be, they can't get past that change in eating better of their habit because it's uncomfortable. It's something new.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing to me with the money or whatever it is that we want to do going forward.
Right.
If you look at saving money as, oh God, well, I can't go to the movies as much for the next 4 months, or I can't eat out as much, or, oh God, I have to, cut back on this. And you look at it as if it's a burden,
right?
As if it's this massive sacrifice. No, this was your dream. This is what you wanted to do, right? So if you understand why you're saving, I say get excited about it. Every time you save $20, $100, how much are you saving? 5 cents. Celebrate that. I put 5 cents in my travel cookie jar, right? And celebrate it. Rather than getting stuck on, oh my gosh, I'm decking. No, you're doing it for a reason. Otherwise, you focus on what you're going to lose. I'm going to lose the movies. Lose going out to dinner, lose all these things. And now it's like, do I really want to go on a trip? Yeah, you want to go on the trip. Change the focus, right?
Right. Yeah, you're just embracing a new opportunity that's coming. You're investing in something that you're going to see later down the line, which is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful reward. It's rewarding for me. So I'm very happy about that. And I'm going to do something. I'm going to try again in about 7 months.
All right, cool. So we're going to check up on Tommie. So right now, I'm going to put some pressure on you. In 7 months, call it now. What are you doing?
As far as vacation goes?
Whatever you want. We're checking in on you in 7 months. I'm going to set this in my diary somewhere, my journal.
Oh, okay.
What are we doing in 7 months?
Oh, no, I feel the pressure now. Oh, gosh, whatever will I do? Okay, well, you know what? I see myself returning to Grand Canary, definitely, because I love visiting this place. It's a nice, calming place for me to be after I've done a lot of, traveling, throughout the continent. I want to go to Switzerland. I definitely want to go to Switzerland. I want to do Paris again. My second trip to Paris. I did the first trip to Paris now. And I may even just trek over to Africa too. We're going to see what happens with that. So that's a maybe. That's a maybe.
So 7 months he's going to do it because he's putting that intention out there, and people who may be able to help him are going to help him. So I'm going to tell you right now, I have there's another UCF night in Switzerland. You know, she's there with her husband, her young family. I have a friend in Paris, and I actually have another. He's not a knight, but he is a Sigma, Phi Beta Sigma man who actually is working throughout Africa, and so people who can put you in contact to help make that trip happen. So whether it's maybe staying at someone's room, having context, but we're gonna put that intention out there, to make his trip in 7 months happen. So that's it. So anything else you want to leave these beautiful people with before we wrap up and go get something to eat? Because I'm looking at my watch that's not here because it's somewhere else, and I just kind of
watch.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play this off, like nothing ever happened. So we're gonna get something to eat. But what do you want to leave these fine people with?
All I want to say is basically, prepare for the future and think outside of the box. Think outside of the box. Don't get so caught up in the daily routine that you will allow yourself to miss out on other great opportunities, whether it be vacation or just other aspects of your life. Always make sure you remain calm and focused and open for change, open to seeing different things that can help develop you or to, or to make you happy. You never know. So keep yourself, always keep a vigilance, I guess. And just watch and see what's out there. See what opportunities are out there for you. That's it.
I love it. Thank you so much, Tommie Jessie, a.k.a. Mr. Positivity. This is my brother from another mother. He has come all the way back from New York to Grand Canary for the second time. So it really is an honor to be able to have him here. And it's just amazing to see how our lives crash together and we form that, that friendship, going 16 years back, and here we are. So I'm excited to see what you're going to do, how we're going to grow and develop. And you guys, as always, again, it's the challenge to you to push yourself outside your comfort zone and your box for that what you want, okay? Whatever level you are, whatever success you are, there's something in there. Most of us are doing this where we're playing small. We're not pushing ourselves. We're holding back, focusing on why it can't happen, why it's not going to happen. We're done with that. We're moving forward. So we're going to dream it, see it, do it, and be it. And remember, Tommie's advice for if you're traveling or doing whatever you want to do is 1, make your dream real. Number 1. Number 2, do your own research. Avoid the naysayers. Avoid other people's fears. Number 3, take action. Be spontaneous and fill in the blanks later on. Number 4, which was also the bonus, which was, oh gosh, it has left me now. It was the, come on, Tommie, dig deep, Tommie.
Hurry up, play the tape back. Play the tape back.
Number 4 was the...
Somebody write it.
Oh, figure out how you can work with your situation, all right? Don't focus on how your situation is limiting. Focus on what you can do with your situation to make that happen. And then number 5, I think I put down to being sociable, being open to meet different people, and actually putting your intention out there so that way people can help you fulfill your dream, which is why he is staying in Grand Canary, not with me. A little bit sad about that, but that's okay. With someone else for free, just because of being a friendly, open guy. So we're going to leave you guys with that. Have a beautiful day. Adios. And how do you say bye in French?
Au revoir.
There we go. Au revoir. We'll leave it at that.